Relax, everybody. Let's get started.
Tell the truth.
What's up, everybody? This is Info Media Reacts. I want to get into this issue real quick because I don't want to make it a long stream tonight. I appreciate those that are coming in. I see we got Flat Power in the house, Flat Power God. We got Alicia in the house, another CG. Thank you for coming on over. Let's get the channel back into the algorithms once again. This is a hot button issue. What's happening right now, Fox Sports is being sued by Mrs. Mafari. I don't know if I'm saying her name completely correct, but this is a woman that worked at Fox Sports as a hairstylist. I know a little bit about her. Did a little bit of research. She's a hairstylist in Los Angeles, California, and she had been working for Fox Sports. You know, when people go on TV, they got people that do their makeup, they got people that do their hair, and she observed some things that she filed a lawsuit over because she was being harassed, allegedly. She said she was being harassed by Skip Bayless. Now, you know Skip Bayless of the Undisputed because him and Shannon Sharpe had a blow up. Shannon Sharpe left the show. Skip Bayless was showing him a lot of disrespect. And come to find out now, Skip Bayless has been named in this lawsuit that has been brought forward by this woman, saying that Skip Bayless and other people have been involved in some sexual harassment on the job. Really, it's all a damn shame. But I'm going to say this again. We don't really know these actors, these people that we see on TV. They portray a certain image to us as people who consume sports. We consume movies and television, actors and athletes. We don't really know these people. Some of these people have another side to them that we need to be aware of. And I want to examine that tonight because this is all being alleged in a 42-page indictment, or 42-page lawsuit that's been filed by Ms. Faraji. Here's what she looks like. It came out in the wash that Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, and Fox Sports slammed in a sexual battery lawsuit. An ex-Undisputed host alleged to have offered $1.5 million to the hairstylist for sex. That would be Skip Bayless. Now, the Undisputed, as you know or may not know, is no longer on TV. It has been, how can I say, they canceled it because the ratings were in the tank. The ratings went in the tank the minute that Shannon Sharpe left the show. And you know, Shannon Sharpe has the nightcap. He has the shade room. What's that? He has the show where he interviews people. Not the shade room, but Club Shade or whatever the hell it is, everybody. But Shannon Sharpe, ever since he left the program, everything has not been the same at Fox Sports in terms of the ratings. Ratings have gone down, have dipped down. And so this woman right here, Mafari, she is claiming that Skip Bayless was harassing her sexually and it made it an untenable place to work in. But it doesn't stop there because Joy Taylor, who is the sister of another famous individual, her brother played defensive end for the Miami Dolphins. And so she has been accused of sort of contributing to a toxic environment. And wait until you hear, I mean, I know everyone's been talking about it, but I'm going to break this down. According to this lawsuit, and I'm going to show you what the lawsuit is really all about, that she was implicit and not doing anything to report the sexual harassment or to assist Miss Faraji in her complaints. Now, I want to put this up here. Miss Faraji also claimed that the 37-year-old planned to accuse Charlie Dixon. Here's Charlie Dixon. This is the whole situation in a nutshell. So Joy Taylor was telling this hairstylist all of her business. And this hairstylist claimed that she was observing inappropriate things. So Joy Taylor, for whatever reason, in the report, the 42-page lawsuit, it is alleged that she and Charlie Dixon, who was the president of content at Fox Sports. That means that's the person that puts you on the show. That's the person that chooses you to host a particular show or be a part of a particular show. This is someone that can help you move up the ladder. Now, it's being alleged that Joy Taylor had sexual relations with Charlie, this man right here, Charlie Dixon, and it's being alleged in the lawsuit by Ms. Faraji that Joy Taylor was manipulating this man by giving him sexual favors. Now, both of them were in the wrong if this is true, because it comes to find out that this man, Charlie, who, let's be honest, Joy Taylor is a very attractive woman, and it looks to me that she used what she has. She used what God gave her to use it to her advantage, according to the lawsuit, if this is true, because it's all alleged at this time. That she was messing around with this executive, an executive who was married and has children. Here are his children right here. If this is true, this is a damn shame. If people are carrying on like this. This man has a wife, has children, and it's alleged that he was messing around with Joy Taylor, giving her sexual she was giving him sexual favors as a way to move herself up in Fox Sports and get certain opportunities. What was one of those opportunities? Well, the Undisputed. Because prior to this, nobody knew who Joy Taylor was. The last I heard, she lived in Miami. She was a radio host in Miami for a small radio program, and she also worked as a bartender as well in the Miami area. Now, as I said, her brother, ex-NFL player Taylor, played for Miami. I don't know if he might have helped her out a little bit here, but according to reports, her giving out sexual relations or sexual favors to Charlie Dix, who's been named in the lawsuit for sexual battery or sexual harassment, allegedly, that it is being said, ladies and gentlemen, that she gave out sexual favors to him to help herself move up the ladder. And as a result, remember, the Undisputed, she became a fixture. Joy Taylor was the female at one point in time that was on Undisputed with Skip Bayless, who's also in this lawsuit as being someone who harassed Miss Faraji, who you see right here, who's claiming that she was observing all this behavior, this toxic behavior that I would imagine goes against the policies at work when carrying on like this. She claimed that Joy Taylor had an improper relationship with Charlie Dixon, in which she told Joy Taylor that this was dangerous. She had warned Joy, what are you doing sleeping with this man? She invited her out for drinks one night, and there was some funny business going on where she could tell that there was something going on between her and Charlie Dix, who has a wife and child. Now, Skip Bayless has been brought into this damn triangle, and this is what's interesting, everybody. Check this out. When Miss Faraji was warning her about her relationship or her sexual favor relationship with Charlie Dixon, who once again is married, check this out. Joy Taylor, at one point in time, this man right here is Earl Watson. Earl Watson, to be correct here, is an ex-NBA basketball player. I believe Earl Watson played at UCLA. They were dating. They were in a relationship. I believe she married Earl Watson at one point in time. And when this relationship between Joy Taylor and this man, this white man right here, Charlie Dixon, who had a family, her husband, I believe, Earl Watson, who was an NBA player himself and a standout player at UCLA as a college collegiate player, he started noticing that something was fishy between Joy Taylor, at least that's what's been put out there, between his wife or his girlfriend or his wife, because they were married, I believe, that there was some improprieties or behavior between them with her and Charlie Dixon. And as a result, Earl Watson, if I'm not mistaken, that he was married to Joy Taylor at one point in time, he already knew that something was going on and he divorced her. That's been publicly put out there, which means that a lot of what Ms. Faraji may be talking about might make sense because the timetable makes sense. Because what happened, and let me go into this. This is legal paperwork from right here. Let me put up this right here for you to see for yourself. Ms. Faraji, who says she worked for Fox Sports from 2012 through last August, made a series of allegations in a 42-page lawsuit attained by Front Office Sports. Okay, y'all? This is crazy stuff. What these people are doing, people that are married, Joy was married when she was messing around with this man, allegedly. The Fox Sports FS1, FS2, Fox Sports, EVP Charlie Dixon, Bayless, and FS1 host Joy Taylor are listed as defendants in a lawsuit. In the suit filed Friday, just this past Friday in Los Angeles by Ms. Faraji. She filed this lawsuit. Let me just, keep it real here. She filed this lawsuit and she's alleging that Dixon, the head of content for Fox Sports 1, grabbed her buttocks. So this man, who was already a married man, Charlie Dixon, who was already a married man, she's alleging that he grabbed her buttocks. But she's also alleging that she noticed some inappropriate things going on between him and Joy. So here you got a man who allegedly is messing around with Joy Taylor, and Joy Taylor is looking for an opportunity to move on up the ladder. While at the same time, he's trying to touch the buttocks of this woman right here, Faraji, when he's a married man. This thing gets a lot crazier, everybody. It's like that you can't write this script in Hollywood. You can't write this. This is real life if it is true. Because Ms. Faraji claims that she went out to have drinks with Miss Joy, and she saw the inappropriate behavior between Joy Taylor and Dix. Joy Taylor, I'm going to tell you something, everybody. This is why I believe women out there, no matter what race you are, you should have a problem with Joy Taylor if this is true. It appears that Joy Taylor was using him, Charlie Dixon, to move up, to put pressure on him to get her on the show with Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe, the Undisputed program. She was one of the co-hosts on the show. And it looks like the reason why she got this job on the Undisputed with Skip Bayless, with Shannon Sharpe, is because of her sexual favors that she was alleging. This is all alleged. The sexual favors that she was giving one Charlie Dixon, who was a married man and who was already doing harassing things allegedly to Ms. Faraji, which also made her file this lawsuit. It was also put out there that Skip Bayless tried to come on to Miss Ferrari. This is part of the lawsuit, that Miss Ferrari is also saying that Skip Bayless, who's also a married man, that Skip Bayless offered her a whole bunch of money. In the lawsuit, she alleges that Bayless offered her, Ferrari, $1.5 million to have sex with her following years of sexual harassment, according to this woman right here, that you see right here. This is like a soap opera, y'all, at a sports entertainment company, Fox Sports. This is crazy. You can't make this shit up, y'all. You can't make it up.
Tell the truth.
The lawsuit also claims that Ferrari made multiple complaints to human resource and employee relations. So she complained to the human resource, employee relations about the sexual harassment. And this is the thing that's interesting about this whole situation. Miss Ferrari makes a claim that she brought this to the attention of Joy Taylor, who was already banging, oh my God, was already banging Charlie Dixon, who was a married man, who her husband, prior to this whole lawsuit coming out, Earl Watson, filed for a divorce. This is crazy, bronze flat-powered God. This is crazy, Alicia. This is a crazy, another CG, those of you that are here. This whole thing is bananas, y'all. Can y'all believe that this stuff was actually going on? That this was actually happening? So her husband already divorced her, Joy, prior to this because he suspected that she was smashing Charlie Dixon. This is crazy. She suspected that she was smashing Charlie Dixon. Now, it gets even crazier, everybody, as I continue to go over this some more. So in the first area that I looked at is that in the suit filed this past Friday in Los Angeles, Ferrari alleged that Dixon, the head of content at Fox Sports 1, grabbed her in the buttocks. Remember I said that? He grabbed her, so he was touching her, already was smashing or messing around with Joy Taylor, according to the 42-page lawsuit alleged. He grabbed Miss Ferrari at a birthday party. This woman right here is alleging that her buttocks got grabbed at a birthday party and she didn't appreciate it in West Hollywood. When she relayed the encounter to Joy Taylor, the Fox host allegedly told Miss Ferrari, why don't you just get over it? That's what's been put out there. That she told her, according to the lawsuit, this woman right here said that Joy Taylor told her just to get over it and stop whining and crying about the situation. Now, maybe Joy didn't give a damn because she was already banging, allegedly, Charlie. That she was already banging this man who was a married man. She had already been married herself, and her husband, Earl Watson, had already filed for divorce and left her because he suspected there was something going on between her and Charlie Dixon, the director of the content, president of content at Fox Sports, who she was banging, and had a meeting with Skip Bayless, where Skip Bayless, according to reports, was very reluctant to have Joy Taylor on the Undisputed program. But it's alleged that Charlie Dixon said, hey, will you do it for me as a favor, Skip Bayless? It's already alleged by Mrs. Ferrari. This is unbelievable stuff here. If you believe this, it's already alleged that in the process of Skip Bayless accepting Joy Taylor to the Undisputed show, who he didn't really want her on that show, but he did it as a favor to Charlie Dix, who was banging or having sexual relations with Joy Taylor, probably enjoying it. I'm not going to lie. She's a good looking woman. I can see why men would want to smash. But in this case, this is why it looks bad this is why it's bad for women, what she's doing. Because oftentimes you have women who say that they want to be judged by their own merits, right? They want to get the job because they're qualified for the job, not because they are a sexual perversion for men men with power that want to take advantage of them. And so I think Joy Taylor, if this is true, and it gets even greasier than this, I haven't even touched on other stuff yet. It gets me even more greasier, everybody. If Joy Taylor was doing this, it really is bad for women, because there may be women that were working at Fox Sports 1 who were more qualified to be on the Undisputed program and any program on Fox Sports, more qualified than Joy Taylor, who may not have been sleeping around with those that are in charge to get certain favor. So what it says to you is that this is a behavior, if it's true, that a lot of women said that they want to get away from, that they don't want to be seen as a sexual creature, right? You've had, back in the day, you had something called the casting couch in Hollywood, where women would sleep with certain powerful people to get certain roles in movies to move up in their career, right? Now, I'm not saying that doesn't still happen, because I'm pretty sure that it's still happening, everybody. But I think that if Joy Taylor did this, allegedly, I think it hurts the women that were in Fox Sports that deserved a position maybe over her that she didn't qualify for, but got because she gave up the cheeks. You see what I'm saying? I think it's wrong. And I think it's wrong, and wait until you hear more about what the report is saying. This is according to the lawsuit that Miss Ferrari said that Joy Taylor told her to get the hell over it. Don't sit up there and cry over the spilled milk that you got your butt smacked. Now, like I said, maybe Joy Taylor didn't want to hear what Miss Ferrari had to say because she was already smashing Charlie Dixon. So she didn't want to see the guy who's helping her out, who's helping to elevate her career. She didn't want to see him get in trouble and lose his job, because she already had inroads with Charlie Dixon that allowed her to move on up to a deluxe department in the sky. If this is true, there's more, everybody. Let me get to this other part. During her time, this is Miss Ferrari, this is in the lawsuit. I'm quoting from the actual lawsuit filed. During her time at Fox, Ferrari alleged she made multiple complaints to Human Resources, Employees, and Relations Department. Meanwhile, the suit alleges that Taylor, Miss Taylor, wow. It alleges that Miss Taylor began insulting Miss Ferrari on a personal and professional level. Now, the thing that's crazy about this is this is a hairdresser. This is a woman that does hair. That's pretty much what she's been known for. Miss Ferrari is a hairstylist based in Los Angeles. She has been making headlines for the lawsuit she filed against Fox Sports. With the lawsuit, she has sued Fox Sports and its parent company, Fox Corporations. Moreover, commentary Skip Bayless for sports co-host Joy Taylor, Fox SF1 executive vice president Charlie Dixon have also been mentioned in her filing, okay? Throughout her career, check this out, throughout Miss Ferrari's career, and let me put this up right here, throughout Miss Ferrari's career, she has worked for many clients, including actors, models, singers, TV presenters. She began working for Fox Sports in 2012 and remained an employee until August 2024. She was the hairstylist of several hosts presented during the span of her employment with Fox Sports, which also includes Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe, Colin Cowherd, who does a sports show, and a whole host of people that's been on this program. This is her resume. Pretty impressive to work there from 2012 to 2024 when she filed this lawsuit. So the whole argument is that Fox Sports, that it was a cesspool of freak-offs, okay? Literally what seemed to me like they were having freak offs against people who didn't want these freak offs being placed on them in any kind of way. This is crazy stuff. But let me go back to this area right here. Now, after their friendship, what happened is Joy Taylor and Miss Faraji became friends. This is how Faraji had insight into Joy Taylor messing around with Charlie Dixon, the vice president of content or at Fox Sports, because Joy Taylor was doing, they were talking to each other. Joy was telling her what was really going on. And that's how Faraji, according to her, got this information. Faraji said that Joy began insulting her on a personal and professional level after their friendship ended. The suit also alleges that Joy Taylor mocked Mrs. Faraji's English. So she must be, maybe she's Latina, maybe of another, ethnic background, and maybe she has an accent. So she's saying that Joy was mocking her English and what have you, and the way she pronounced words. Faraji made that statement. Now, she's Persian, everybody. So she said that was where the friendship started to break, when she felt that she was now being harassed by Joy Taylor. This whole situation is crazy, everybody. This whole situation is banana. What's going on, Empress Goddess? What's going on, everybody that's in the chat room listening to the program? This whole thing is bananas. This whole thing is crazy, unbelievable. It gets even worse, everybody. Wait until I tell you the other things that were going on. Here is another part of the indictment. This was on page 19. Mr. Dixon gives Miss Taylor Undisputed a reward for having sex with Miss Taylor. That award was what? Inappropriate. In March 2016, Miss Faraji met Miss Taylor, an aspiring sports personality that had recently moved from Miami to Los Angeles for the opportunity for airtime at Fox. That became Undisputed. At the time, Miss Taylor did not have a regular position, but would fill in on day-by-day basis when talent was sick. So anytime anybody got sick at Fox Sports, she would fill in for people, right? Not a full-time gig yet. Otherwise, she missed a lot of time. Miss Taylor told Miss Faraji that she was recently wed, but her husband remained in Miami. That was Earl Watson right here. I'm putting the story together, y'all. That was Earl Watson, who played in the NBA at one point in time. That he was in Miami and that she was lonely in Los Angeles. Miss Taylor then befriended Miss Faraji because she was alone. She was lonely at that time. This whole thing is crazy. But it gets crazier. May 16th, Miss Taylor asked Miss Faraji to meet her for drinks in Santa Monica, where this goofball right here, who already was married and had kids, Charlie Dixon, she met Miss Taylor in Santa Monica. She arrived. She found Miss Taylor with the older man, Charlie Dixon, who's the vice president at Fox Sports, at Fox Sports executive vice president of content. Okay, Miss Dix, Mr. Dix, as executive vice president, Mr. Dix is responsible for overseeing all content and production at Fox Sports 1. Miss Faraji, however, did not know that Mr. Dix was going to be there. Check this out. It gets a little bit weirder, everybody. It gets a little bit weirder. This is in page 21 of the lawsuit. When Mr. Dix went to buy them another round of spicy margaritas, Miss Faraji asked who he was, because she didn't know who he was at the time. And Miss Taylor responded that he was just a friend. So she noticed that something was going on between her and this man, that he was just a friend, according to Joy Taylor. But nah, he was more than just a friend. He was the executive, and she was smashing him. Miss Taylor, check this out. Miss Ferrari would meet with Miss Taylor for drinks and food. Mr. Dix would often arrive with Miss Taylor. So every time Miss Taylor, Joy Taylor, would go out for drinks because she was feeling lonely, her husband was in Miami, he was getting ready to file a divorce because he knew something was going on. She said that Mr. Charlie Dix was just a friend. The following night, whenever Miss Ferrari would meet with Miss Taylor for drinks or food, Mr. Dix would be present, and she felt uncomfortable with him. He would arrive with Miss Taylor all the damn time. This is a woman that's supposed to be married, y'all. They would be up late all night, and she would leave with Mr. Dix, according to Miss Ferrari. Joy would leave with Mr. Dix all the time. All the time. He would always buy rounds of drink and food. From their body language, Miss Ferrari says that she could tell that something was going on between them. She suspected that the pair were sleeping with each other. And although this concerned Miss Ferrari, as she knew Miss Taylor was recently married, Miss Ferrari kept her opinion to herself. Who was she recently married to? Earl Watson, ex-NBA basketball player, ex-UCLA basketball star. This is getting crazier. East Dad, what's going on, man? Please like and share the video if you can. But this is going to get even nastier. I haven't really scratched the surface quite yet, y'all. You'll see. It's going to get nastier. Now, is in page 22 of the legal lawsuit. While at work, Miss Ferrari noticed that Mr. Dix in the elevator, surprised by his behavior, Miss Ferrari found Miss Taylor and told her, the guy who always buys our drinks, Charlie Dixon, was in the elevator. Miss Taylor quickly silenced Miss Ferrari because she didn't know. Ferrari, according to her lawsuit, she didn't know who Charlie Dix was. She didn't know that he was very powerful and that was the man that she was hanging out with when they would go out to drinks and she would meet Joy Taylor for drinks. Joy Taylor would always have this man, Charlie Dix, who was a married man who she was smashing to get favors so that she could move up. And this is the man that convinced Skip Bayless, who was reluctant at first, to let her be on the Undisputed program. He did it as a favor, not because she was qualified, but as a favor because she was smashing Charlie Dix. Miss Ferrari saw this man on the elevator, and then she realized, uh-oh, this guy is a boss. That concerned her. And she's saying that Joy Taylor tried to hush her, make her be quiet, to not bring up the fact that that's who they've been hanging out with, and that's who she's been smashing. Miss Ferrari said, that's the guy who always buys our drinks, and was in the elevator as Taylor quickly silenced Miss Ferrari, explaining who he was. Miss Ferrari became alarmed and warned Miss Taylor that such a relationship was unsafe for Miss Taylor. Told her not to worry about it because Miss Ferrari continued to be friends with Miss Taylor, but tried to distance herself as she considered the situation dangerous. While unmoral and wrong, Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon were both married. Both these people were married, everybody. So Joy Taylor knew she was married and had a husband who was in Miami. She's feeling lonely. She befriends Mrs. Ferrari, who is a hairstylist who has a history since 2012 working at Fox Sports as a hairstylist, styling the hair of many of the people that are on the sports shows and TV shows. It's Hollywood type shit, you know?
Tell the truth.
She gets into a relationship with Miss Taylor and starts to notice some pretty inappropriate things. And the very guy that she saw on the elevator, Charlie Dixon, right here with Skip Bayless, is the guy who touched her in the buttocks at a party or some kind of event in West Hollywood, in which she went to her friend, or who she thought was her friend, Joy Taylor, and said, look, this man just groped me. And Taylor tells her, get over it, because why? She needed Charlie Dixon to be in good standings to continue hooking her up. She couldn't afford for Miss Ferrari, if this is true, allegedly, she couldn't afford for Miss Ferrari, allegedly, to report him to human resource and get him fired and get him all jammed up when he was doing favors for her. So she didn't really, according to the report, didn't give a damn about what Miss Ferrari was making claims about. Miss Ferrari also makes claims that Skip Bayless was offering her $1.5 million. My God. $1.5 million to have sex with him. Bayless, who no longer is at Fox, is following the departure of the Undisputed in August and currently a host of his own podcast on YouTube. That time frame coincides with Ferrari's termination, and Bayless has not commented on the situation. So a lot of what Miss Ferrari is saying has panned out in terms of the timeline, because the time that she filed her suit and made her complaints, or the time, not filed the suit, the time that she was complaining to the human resource department at Fox Sports, it was around the same time that Bayless got the hell out of Fox Sports and left, and plus his show was not doing well. Ever since Shannon Sharpe left the show, the ratings went in the tank and continue to go in the tank. And remember, Skip Bayless treated Shannon Sharpe like a dog. Talked about him like a dog, was very disrespectful to him on camera, on live programming.
Tell the truth.
All of it was a damn shame. But let's get back to more of this effery, because it gets really, really more nasty. So Miss Ferrari, with Joy Taylor that you see right there, she told her not to worry to Miss Ferrari. She continued to be friends with her, with Miss Taylor, but tried to distance herself because she knew both of these people were married. Joy Taylor was married to Earl Watson, and this fool, Charlie Dixon, here he is with 2 children and a whole damn wife right here. This whole thing is a damn shame.
Tell the truth.
So it continues on, everybody. This thing gets worse and worse and worse. On page 23 of the lawsuit, the word started to spread amongst Fox employees about a new show that was going to be a big deal, as it would star Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. That's the Undisputed show. That's the Undisputed show with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe, as you see right there, and Skip Bayless. But check this out. When word got out about this show back in the day, with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe now coming on board of the show, it was known that Fox was looking for a woman with significant TV experience to also star on the Undisputed. Guess what? Joy Taylor did not have a lot of experience. That's why I'm saying that if this is true what she did, it's really a disservice to other women that worked at Fox Sports that were more qualified than her, that got overlooked because of her sexual favors with Charlie Dixon. Like I said earlier in this podcast, she worked in Miami as a bartender, and she did a little bit of radio, nothing big time. When she went to Fox Sports, they only had her working at Fox Sports, filling in for people when they called out sick. So she really didn't have a full-time gig there. It goes on to say this. Charlie Dixon had a meeting with Skip Bayless at this lunch that they had together. Mr. Bayless, and check this out, Fox was looking for a woman with significant TV experience, and Joy Taylor didn't really have that, y'all. That's why it was put out there in the lawsuit that it came to a surprise when Fox announced that Miss Taylor would be one of the stars on the show. As I said before, she was a bartender and a radio host in Miami with a very little TV experience, very little. She would be the moderator of the new Undisputed sports debate program, the Skip Bayless and Shannon Undisputed. Furthermore, in the complaint, Mr. Bayless, who is also in the lawsuit for putting out wanting sexual favor from Miss Faraji, it says in the lawsuit, everybody, that Bayless later disclosed to Miss Faraji that he did not want Miss Taylor. So this thing gets crazier, y'all. Skip Bayless never wanted Taylor. He never wanted Joy Taylor on the show. She was never his choice, but he got pressure from Charlie, his boss, to give her an opportunity. Bayless didn't want her. And Miss Faraji is claiming that Bayless told her that he did not want Miss Taylor on the show. But Mr. Dixon, who you see right there to the right, that he put pressure on Skip Bayless to make sure she was a fixture on the show, the Undisputed show. At first, Mr. Dixon arranged a dinner between Mr. Bayless and Miss Taylor, who you see up there, where she arrived in provocative clothing. Oh, my goodness. Provocative clothing? What type of provocative clothing? That's according to the lawsuit filed by Ms. Faraji. That she had provocative clothing on and she acted in a provocative manner. When that did not change Mr. Bayless' opinion of Miss Taylor, Mr. Dixon asked him to approve her as a favor to him because he was getting, right, it was a favor because they were friends with benefits, friends with favor, and the favor was to help her move up in her career as long as she was giving him some sex. Basically, what it's basically telling you is that Skip Bayless was not impressed with Joy Taylor from the very get-go. Even when she came there acting provocative, wearing provocative clothing, he just wasn't interested in her being on the show. And it was Charlie Dixon, the vice president of content at Fox Sports, that put pressure on him, allegedly, according to the lawsuit, to make Skip Bayless decide that, okay, the hell with it, I'll let her on the show. He asked it as a favor to him, not because she was qualified, but a favor. What do I mean when I say that if this is true, this is a disservice to the women that work at Fox who are not putting out sex, who are not trying to manipulate, use sex, and are not allowing themselves to be used by men for sexual, because it goes both ways. The men are wrong for doing this and the women are doing it are wrong too. But Joy Taylor doing this gave her a leg up over other women at Fox Sports who probably weren't putting out like that and were waiting their turn to move up because they had what? TV experience. Joy Taylor didn't have a lot of TV experience, but she gave up those cheeks. She gave up those booty cheeks, what allowed her to move up and be put on the Undisputed show, which Skip Bayless never wanted this woman on his show from the get-go. He was never for her. He was reluctant, but Mr. Bayless agreed to do so as a favor to Charlie Dixon. It gets even more crazier, y'all. It gets even more crazier. Around Miss Faraji attended a dinner with Miss Taylor and her husband. That would be Earl Watson, if I'm not mistaken. Let's put him back up here again. She attended a dinner with with Miss Taylor, Joy Taylor, and her husband, who I believe was Earl Watson that you see on the screen there. And Miss Taylor's husband became suspicious that Miss Taylor and Dixon, this fool right here, were having sexual relations. Soon after dinner, Miss Taylor's husband found evidence. Oh my God. What's going on, last call? Sooner or later, Earl Watson found evidence of an inappropriate relationship between Miss Joy Taylor. This is alleged in the lawsuit. Between Joy Taylor and Charlie Dixon, the vice president of content at Fox Sports, who put her on the Undisputed show with Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless, and Skip Bayless never wanted her, according to the lawsuit. I'm reading it verbatim right now, y'all. And as a result, he filed for divorce immediately from Joy Taylor. So that makes me think, using adductive reasoning, everybody, it makes me think that there's something to this lawsuit, that there could be some truth. Because why would her husband divorce her if there was no relationship between her and Charlie Dixon? And what's crazy about this, if this is true that she was messing around with Charlie Dixon to move up the ladder at Fox Sports, it's a shame because he also is a scandal for cheating on his wife, a man with wife and kids. So he was wrong. They both were wrong for messing around when they both were married individuals. But obviously he didn't give a damn, and Joy didn't give a damn if this is true. Earl Watson, the husband, he divorces her, files for divorce because he finds evidence that they were messing around. So that makes you think that maybe this lawsuit is based in facts, because it's too much of a coincidence that her husband divorces her because of the same man that Miss Faraji is alleging in her lawsuit that Miss Taylor was messing around with, and this man also had put his hands on her butt. And Miss Taylor told her, oh, don't make a big deal out of it. Don't worry about it. Stop crying over spilled milk. You see how crazy this is?
Tell the truth.
On September 16th, the Undisputed started, and Miss Taylor requested Miss Faraji to do her hair. Remember, you may be wondering, well, what's the relationship? I'm going to say it again. Miss Faraji and Joy Taylor became close because they became friends. Miss Taylor left Miami, where her husband, Earl Watson, before he divorced her, was still living. She was living in LA. She was feeling lonely. Miss Faraji was a hairstylist that had been working at Fox Sports since 2012. That's a long ass time. She had been styling the hair, for all the different hosts. And Joy Taylor became friendly with Miss Faraji and probably start telling her all the tea about what she was doing. Oh, it's going to get even nastier, everybody. Don't go nowhere. It's going to get even more nastier when I tell you the other things that were going on. It's going to blow you away. It's going to blow your socks off. Again, Miss Faraji requested, Miss Taylor requested Miss Faraji to do her hair. Now, this is back in November, not allowing anyone to touch her hair but Miss Faraji. She only wanted Miss Faraji to touch her hair and do her hair because, remember, they developed a relationship with each other where Miss Faraji, according to the lawsuit, witnessed a lot of inappropriate behavior between her and Mr. Dix. And she had warned Miss Taylor that could be a dangerous situation for her to be messing around with the boss at the job, who's also a married man, when she was married. It's also reported in the report, as I said before, that Skip Bayless had offered this woman $1.5 million to have sex with her, allegedly. I don't know why any man would offer a woman that kind of money to have sex. Come on, Skip Bayless, you could have went. If this is true, Skip, you could have went, and I'm not recommending this for anybody, but I'm saying, dude, you could have paid less money for a prostitute. That's why that part of the lawsuit seems a little weird. Like, Skip Bayless, why would any man pay $1.5 million to have sex with a woman when you've got all type of escorts out there, escorts, high-priced escorts that you could pay less money to if you just really want to just get your rocks on? But so that part of the lawsuit seems a little, to me, unrealistic, but that's according to the lawsuit that Skip Bayless propositioned her with $1.5 million to hit the booty. This is crazy, y'all. Crazy.
Tell the truth.
Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. The whole thing is bananas, y'all. The whole thing. This whole thing is going to get crazier and crazier. Now, check this out. Joy Taylor is I think she's making up the most. Her name is really being out there the most because she was doing the most. Okay? She had a friendship with this woman right here. This woman right here. Speculation brewing. Taylor Roots quickly left her podcast with Joy Taylor to distance herself ahead of the bombshell allegations. So this woman, Taylor Roots, was doing a podcast with Joy Taylor, and she distanced herself because she knew that there was some things that wasn't right about Joy Taylor, and was some shit that was coming down the pipeline. This whole thing is getting crazier. You can't write this up. According to the report, Taylor Dixon, former FSF host Skip Bayless, and Fox Corporate are named in the lawsuit. I said that already, but this is what I wanted to also go into. This is the area that I wanted to go into. And I'm hoping that this is the area there was an area that I wanted to show you guys. Here we go. Here we go. Put this right up here for you guys to see. Now, in March of 2024, Taylor Rooks and Joy Taylor, two of the most famous women in sports media, launched a podcast called Too Personal, which was described as being a podcast that gets brutally honest about the toughest conversations we need to have. The podcast saw Taylor and Roots talk about literacy of topics outside of sports. A few months ago, however, Taylor Rooks quietly stepped away from the podcast, apparently citing her busy work schedule, which was recently growing after being tapped to host an NBA show for Prime Video when they get the rights to the association next year. Okay? Now, in late November, Rooks stepped away from the podcast, claiming to be leaving on a temporary basis due to her NFL and NBA obligation, but implied she'll return to the show when her schedule is freed up. Well, I think according to the headlines, it looks like maybe this woman left because she knew that there was something shady about Joy Taylor. I don't know, but there's something that's not right. Now it gets even greasier, everybody. It's going to get even greasier. Check this out. Check this out. Joy Taylor, if this is true, is a very messy woman. If this is true, if this is alleged. Now, not only did she mess around allegedly with Charlie Dixon at Fox Sports, the vice president, And then we have Skip Bayless named as someone that groped Miss Ferrari. But in the lawsuit, Miss Ferrari is saying that she witnessed some inappropriate things continuing with Joy Taylor with other employees at Fox Sports. According to the latest reports out there, that Fox Sports' Joy Taylor slept with ex-NFL star Emmanuel Acho and network executives to advance her career. We're talking about this man right here. You've seen him. He played in the NFL with the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't like him personally. But there's a notion that she was sleeping with Acho. You know why? If you put two and two together, he had a show called Speak. And the notion is that she may have slept with him for him to pick her to be on that show Speak on Fox. Because remember, she left Undisputed and got this whole new show that includes Emmanuel Acho. This man right here. And around the same period of time, people were wondering, how is it that this woman keeps moving up, moving on up? And then this man right here that you see right here from the show Speak, the sports show on Fox. This man right here put out a video on Instagram, on the gram, trying to defend her, saying that she's a black woman that's worked hard to get where she's gotten. And then eventually, when this whole story broke, he deleted it, y'all. He deleted the post. But I got the original post. Check this out right here.
Rehearsal for the new show Speak, and I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in? So often there's misogyny and sexism running rampant in sports, and we don't even care what women have to say in sports. But Joy is not only in the position on television as a woman, as a black woman, but as an opinionist. So not just asking men what they think, but providing her own unique and distinct insight.
So check this out. He posted that video trying to tell everybody that she got the job, that she got the job, or she's moved up because she's worked hard. She's a black woman that's worked hard to get where she's got to get. And when this whole story broke out, guess what he did? Acho, if I'm saying his name correct, guess what he did? He deleted the post. Why would he delete a post if he felt that she got the job because of her talent, not because of her sleeping with one of the executives? Why would he take the post down? Now, remember, she was on Undisputed and she left Undisputed and she became one of the members, co-host or co-stars on the show Speak on Fox. You got my man, I forgot his name, that used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles as a running back, is on that team, is on on that show. But Emmanuel Acho, he's the one, and you're going to find out how she got on that show. He's the one that pulled her to be on the show with him. He did this post. He put this post out where he kept trying to defend her, right?
Rehearsal for the new show Speak, and I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in?
I can tell you that it is hard, but if she's sleeping around, then it doesn't make it as hard if she's sleeping around to curry favor. And the men that are sleeping with her, that are married and have significant others, they are wrong too. It goes both ways. Joy Taylor is wrong for what she's doing, and the men who are doing what they're doing with her at Fox Sports are wrong too. He was big upping her there, and then he deletes that recently. Check this out. I'm going to read this to y'all. Ex-Browns linebacker Emmanuel Acho deleted video after being named in the lawsuit as well.
Tell the truth.
He's named in the lawsuit. Ex-Brown linebacker Emmanuel Acho deleted video after being named in a lawsuit with Joy Taylor. Fox Sports faces a workplace misconduct lawsuit in California filed by a hairstylist Faraji, the lawsuit named FS1 host Skip Bayless, executive Charlie Dixon, and Joy Taylor, alleging sexual harassment and racial insensitivity because, remember, she said that she was making fun of her accent and all those sort of things, right? On Sunday, news broke that Fox Sports, along with multiple on-air talent and executives, have been named defendants in a workplace misconduct lawsuit filed in California. 42 pages suit has been brought by a hairstylist, right, who worked at the company between 2012 and 2024 and has made claims of sexual harassment from former FS1 host Skip Bayless and executives. Okay, why would he delete that post of him saying that Joy Taylor worked her butt off to get to where she is? Why would he delete it if he has nothing to be afraid of, if he's done nothing wrong? Why would he delete the post? Here he is with her. You see the picture of him with her. Here's the larger version with him and her with drinks in hand. I think they did this on Instagram Live or something of that nature. What is going on between him and this woman? A second commentary, my boy was not talking about her skills on the show at all. And a third wrote, "No, we know Emmanuel." Acho deleted the video. The allegations are hard to ignore, even if there has not been much in the way of public comment from those involved so far. Acho, however, did not recognize the chatter by deleting a video in which he hyped Taylor up for being successful as a black woman. What he said is, he have to take a moment to shout out my co-host, he says. Do you all realize how hard it is for a black woman? This is what he said. And he said again.
So often there's misogyny and sexism running rampant in sports, and we don't even care what women have to say in sports. But Joy is not only in the position on television as a woman, as a black woman, but as an opinionist. So not just asking men what they think, but providing her.
Let me tell you what's going on here, or what's alleged to be going on here, everybody. Miss Faraji, in her 42-page or whatever page lawsuit, she's alleging that not only did Joy Taylor have sexual relations with Charlie Dixon, the executive, to move herself up the ladder, but she's alleging that she ran into, at the facility, that she recognized that Joy Taylor might have been smashing, allegedly, may have been smashing Emmanuel Acho from the Speaks sports program on Fox. It's alleged that Faraji said that she had a conversation with Joy, that she noticed that Joy and Acho were a little too close with each other at work. They were just a little too cozy with each other, that it did not look professional. And Miss Faraji made the statement that she said to Joy Taylor, "That's dangerous what you're doing. You're already smashing or having sex with Charlie Dixon. You're already smashing Charlie Dixon, who's the vice president, but now you're messing around with Acho." And isn't it not a coincidence that the minute that they had some sort of relation, isn't it the minute that Miss Faraji has made an allegation that she was smashing this man right here, to me, it all coincides because he brought her on board the show. So could it be that Joy Taylor was smashing Acho, or Emmanuel Acho, and because she was having a friends with benefit relationship with him, he favored her to be on the Speak show? And Miss Faraji, when confronting Joy and saying that it's dangerous what she's doing by having sex with both men at the same time, Miss Ferrari claimed, this is her claim as the hairdresser, while she's doing her hair. And you know how ladies out there, you know, when you go to the beauty shop that sometimes y'all do talk and gossip about what people are doing, who you sleeping with, who you banging, what you doing. Let's just be honest. People do talk. Hell, we as men, we talk in the barbershop. We talk in the barbershop about who we're banging, who we're doing, what we're doing. You know that. That comes without any
Tell the truth.
surprise. But Miss Ferrari is claiming that she had a conversation with Joy and told Joy that's dangerous again. You shouldn't be messing around with both men. Now, it's alleged that when she told Joy Taylor this, that Joy told her that it ain't no problem. It ain't no chicken wing because she's planning. She's saying that Charlie Dixon is no longer relevant to her because she's moving on up. She claimed to Miss Ferrari that she now has power, that she now has clout, and therefore Charlie Dixon is no longer relevant to her, that she's already thinking about maybe filing, allegedly, according to the lawsuit, allegedly that she's thinking about filing a sexual harassment suit. She's thinking about me tooing Charlie Dixon, who she already used to get to where she was when she got on the Undisputed program. So she's telling Miss Ferrari, hey, it ain't no problem that I'm banging both of them because I'm going to get rid of Charlie Dixon anyway. I'm going to file a Me Too on him. I'm going to Me Too him and say that he's been sexually harassing me because she was banging allegedly and messing around with this man right here, Acho. Oh, Acho, whatever his damn name is, Emmanuel, that she was banging this man. And this is what makes it even more a damn shame, everybody, is that this man is married as well. Oh, my God.
Tell the truth.
Here is his wife. This man is a married man. So if Joy Taylor did these things, everybody involved is wrong. She's created havoc and the men are creating havoc because Acho, according to reports, is a married man who has no business messing around, if he did, allegedly, with Joy Taylor. But if this is true, this explains why he deletes the video on his Instagram. And I would imagine in his household right now, he's got a lot of explaining to do to his wife as to what the hell is going on here. Are you messing around with Joy Taylor, Acho? Are you messing around with her? Is that why Joy Taylor got the spot on the Speak show? Because you were banging her and you curry favor with her. And that's why you were talking her up right here, saying this shit right here.
Own unique and distinct insight. Rehearsal for the new show Speak, and I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in?
No, it's not hard to get in that position if you're smashing the people that can put you in a position. If she was smashing Charlie Dixon and got on the Bayless, the Undisputed show with Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless, who Skip Bayless did not want her originally, was not feeling her, but she got on there with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe, worked her way through the system. Then she got the show called Speak, which is really his show. He's really the star of that show, but maybe he picked her on the show because he smashed her. Or maybe she got the show because Charlie Dixon put her on the show. And in some kind of way, she started having some kind of sexual relations with Emmanuel. Remember, her husband, Earl Watson, originally divorced her because he found evidence and suspected that she was having sex with Charlie Dixon, who's already a man who has children and a wife. You see what I'm saying? Now she's messing around with another man who has a wife, someone that he's in love with or supposed to be. If this is true, then Manuel, you got a lot of explaining to do to your wife. You sitting up here with a damn rose in your damn hand there, man. You got some explaining to do. If this is true, then he has to be called out. What I'm basically saying here is I'm not blaming. So I know a lot of people on YouTube, they're only going to blame the women. No, I'm blaming everybody involved. The men are at fault because these are men that are married. So they're already wrong. Nobody on YouTube can make the argument that they innocent, even if Joy was doing her dirt. They're not innocent. Joy Taylor, if this is true, this is whole behavior. This is whole behavior. She leveraged up her, she got the light skin, she got the straight hair, she got that biracial looking to her. She leveraged herself by leveraging her looks and her sexuality to take advantage of these dumb men, or not take advantage of them because they're dumb if they allow themselves to be taken advantage of. She leveraged her sexuality with men that were weak, not strong, not alpha men, not men who have integrity, that she was able to leverage her sexuality, her beauty, to get where she wanted to go, if this is true, allegedly, by using men that were dumb, weak, and didn't use common sense. Charlie Dixon is dumb. He's weak. He's a beta male because he allowed himself to be manipulated, but he allowed himself to be manipulated because of his desire to mess around with her, his desire for the flesh of this woman. So the men are wrong because these men who's supposed to be men, who's supposed to be disciplined, did not show discipline enough to respect their marriages and their relationships. So they are at fault for allowing themselves to get involved with Joy Taylor. And then Joy Taylor is at fault for hoeing herself around at Fox Sports to leverage her situation, didn't give a damn about her husband, Earl Watson, the ex-basketball player in the NBA and in college at UCLA, didn't give a damn about her husband, who found evidence that she was messing around with Charlie Dixon. So this makes me believe that this may be true, because why did the husband suspect something and divorce her, that there was something going on? Now she wants to leverage herself up with Emmanuel, Acho, who has the show. She's on a show with him, and allegedly under the suit, according to Miss Faraji, that she had warned Joy Taylor that it was dangerous for her to be messing around with two men at the job at Fox. One man, and Charlie Dixon, who has a propensity for sexual harassing women. In this case, she claimed that he had hit her buttocks and that Joy Taylor told her to get over it, stop complaining. Two, she claims that Skip Bayless offered her $1.5 million to have sex with her, which I find crazy when you're in Los Angeles and you got plenty of professional escorts, that if it was that bad, if Skip Bayless was that hard up for sex, he could have clearly hired privately an escort and paid less money than $1.5 million. That's crazy to me. That part of the lawsuit seems a little out there. So Joy Taylor, if she's doing this, yes, she's a whore. She makes women look bad. The women that are working in these sports companies that are trying to move themselves up, that are trying to be faithful to their husbands, faithful to their standards as a woman, and are not trying to sleep around and work themselves up through their own merits. She puts women back in the industry doing what she's doing. And then the men who are thirsty, sex hungry for women at these sports facilities or any damn job in the world, these men that are thirsty, they got problems. They're weak men. They're undisciplined men. They're wrong. And Joy Taylor is wrong for engaging in this behavior where she's messing around with multiple guys at Fox Sports. And these men are wrong because these are men who have relationships, or no, they have wives. He has a wife. And this fool Dixon has a wife and kids. You see the effery here?
Thank you.
You see the effery? You see the nonsense that's going on here. So all parties involved in this are completely wrong and they stink. Joy Taylor, if she did this, allegedly, if she did this, she's a whore. She's everything that we tell men to stay away from. But men, this can only happen to you if you allow yourself to also be manipulated. Right? Joy is manipulating men by giving them sex to get what she wants, and the men are also manipulating her to get what they want, which is sex with her to help her career. But it's both. It's a two-way street here. They're manipulating. They're being thirsty. She's manipulating. Both. These are all adults, and they're all wrong at the end of the day. And if this is true, everybody needs to be fired. Charlie Dixon needs to be fired from Fox Sports. Joy has to be fired, and nobody should hire her again. All of them need to be fired. And I'm telling you, if Emmanuel, if he's mixed up in this mess as well, he needs to be let go from his show Speak. If he is involved in this mess, and I'm sure if it comes out to be true, his wife should be divorcing him very soon and filing for a damn divorce or something if it all comes out that he was messing around. And I'm going to be honest with you, Joy Taylor is the common denominator to this whole story. And the men that were involved, again, are all fools. They're all idiots. Now, could Miss Ferrari be making this whole thing up? Could she be lying? Very much true.
Tell the truth.
This all could be made up. This all could be fabricated because maybe she's a disgruntled employee. Maybe she wants them to, maybe she's looking for the bag. Maybe she's looking to get paid, write books, become famous, whatever. This could be a very much possibility because we live in a society today where everybody is trying to get a bag. Everybody's trying to get a come up on somebody else. But the one thing that makes me think that it could be true is the timeline. The timeline between the time that Joy Taylor got on Undisputed, the time that she was put on Undisputed, the timeline that Skip Bayless left Fox Sports when this woman filed her complaints about him in the Human Resource Department. It all adds up when you look at the indictment, or not the indictment, but the lawsuit. It all adds up when you look at Earl Watson and how he suspects she was messing around with Charlie Dixon. And as a result, he found evidence, whatever that evidence is, I don't know. Maybe he'll come out and maybe he'll come out to the media and tell a little something. Maybe they're going to call, you know what? If this goes to trial, he could be subpoenaed. Her ex-husband, should I say, he could be subpoenaed to court to testify because according to the reports, he divorced Joy Taylor once he found out or found evidence that she was cheating on him with Charlie Dixon. So that part of the timeline makes sense. That if part of her argument is that she was messing around with this man, which helped her to move up in Fox Sports, that would make sense because Earl Watson divorced her. And another reason why I think this could be true, allegedly, is that I know for a fact that when women go to beauty parlors and you're talking and you become close with the person that's doing your hair, you develop a relationship, people start talking. And maybe Joy Taylor was talking to Miss Ferrari and never thought ever in a day that this would all come out because maybe she felt their conversation was confidential because they were friends. And when you are friends with people, sometimes you get a little lax, sometimes you get relaxed, and you start saying things to them because you think it's all in confidentiality. Things went wrong between them once Ferrari claimed that she told Joy that Dixon hit her in the butt. She didn't like that, and Joy told her to get over it. Don't worry about it. Then she sees Joy Taylor cozying up to Emmanuel Acho, who is a married man, and maybe he was hitting those cheeks, which is why she was able to get the gig on his show along with Charlie Dixon helping her as well. And then she tells Miss Ferrari, oh, I don't care about Dixon because I'm going to file a sexual harassment suit against Dixon anyway, or I'm going to file a complaint against him at work to knock him out of the box because she told Ferrari in various reports in the lawsuit that she is now powerful, that now she has arrived, she has the power. Therefore, Dixon was irrelevant to her. She didn't need him anymore because she had gotten where she wanted to be in her career. And at the same time, she's on the Speak Sports program on Fox, and that she's now banging, allegedly, she could be banging this man right here. Now, Jason Woodlock jumped out the woodwork on his show today, making claims that Shannon Sharpe was involved in this situation. This is what, now, Shannon Sharpe has already spoke on his channel and says it has nothing to do with him. Shannon Sharpe wasn't named in this lawsuit at all. Shannon Sharpe is saying he has nothing to do with what Skip Bayless and all these folks are involved in. Shannon Sharpe says he doesn't even really know Joy Taylor. He's only met her maybe once or two times, but he doesn't know her like that. And he had already left Undisputed a long time ago. But Jason Woodlock is now on his channel making innuendos that he thinks that Shannon Sharpe knows more than what he's telling. But what I know about Jason Woodlock is that he's always been jealous of Shannon Sharpe. He's been going back and forth with Shannon Sharpe, talking smack about Shannon Sharpe. I think he's jealous. He's a hater. This is the same Jason Woodlock that hates on Coach Prime, Deion Sanders in Colorado. All he does on his show is talk negatively about black people. So I don't tend to believe anything that Jason Woodlock is saying because he's such a liar and he's such a hater, and he's been hating on Shannon Sharpe because Shannon Sharpe has a more successful podcast than him. And as much as I don't like Stephen A. Smith already explained that Jason Woodlock is an unsuccessful individual when it came to him being on TV, that he's a lackey, that he's not successful at what he does, that he's just clout chasing. And let me let you hear what Shannon Sharpe said himself on his own podcast when people were saying, Shannon, what do you know about what's going on? He said he don't know nothing about what's going on because it ain't got nothing to do with him. And listen to this right here. This is wild, y'all. It's wild.
Address the elephant in the room. You're trending on Twitter. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Guys, the news of the day, absolutely, it doesn't. What y'all want me to say?
That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So there's nothing to address. I don't know why everybody if you notice, everybody's posted it. They got me. In the 42 pages, it don't mention nothing about Shannon Sharpe did anything. But y'all want to get clicks. So y'all mention me.
Right. Yep, ain't got nothing to do with us.
I tend to agree with Shannon Sharpe. He is not in the indictment. Miss Ferrari has nothing to say about him. None of her claims have to do with Shannon Sharpe. Nothing. Now, Shannon Sharpe, what I have to say about him, that was kind of goofy what he did on his Instagram where he was on there supposedly having sex with a woman. And of course, Shannon Sharpe has been accused by people of being maybe gay or what have you. And some people believe that, oh, that was all something that he conspired to make people think that he's a straight man. I don't know. But what I do know about this situation right here is I don't think Shannon Sharpe has anything to do with this. Shannon Sharpe, remember, he left the Undisputed show because him and Skip Bayless couldn't get along. Skip Bayless was trying to undermine him and undercut him, and he left. All of this shit has to do with Skip Bayless, as it says right here on these headlines. Fox Sports' Joy Taylor, well, she slept with Emmanuel. That's what they're saying, that she's been sleeping with him. That's the other headline that I had put up earlier. But here is the here is the other headline. According to the headlines, okay? According to the headlines, again, everybody, Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, and Fox Sports slammed in a sexual battery suit. And then they got the guy, Charlie Dixon. His name Shannon Sharpe's name has not been brought up in this lawsuit. This woman has had nothing to say about Shannon Sharpe whatsoever. And that is why Shannon Sharpe is saying, hey, why are y'all talking about me? Right? Why are y'all talking about me? I got nothing to do with this. I didn't do anything. What y'all think about it? This is crazy, everybody. I appreciate everybody that's rocking with me tonight, that's listening to the podcast. I know it's a little long here, but we're getting ready to get to conclusion or end the podcast. But I don't think Shannon Sharpe has anything to do with it. He addressed it on his show and said, ain't got nothing to do with me. But he says people keep putting his name in their titles of their videos and putting his picture on the thumbnail. You don't see, that's why on my thumbnail, you don't see no Shannon Sharpe on my thumbnail. You see the people that's named in the lawsuit. That's Charlie Dixon. That's Skip Bayless. That's Joy Taylor, okay? That's who you see. That's who you see on my thumbnail. I'm not putting Shannon Sharpe because nothing has come out that's indicted him in this situation. And once again, this is all alleged. So we have to see how this all plays out in the court of law. But I'm telling you, Joy Taylor's husband divorced her because of her messing around with Charlie Dixon. So that makes me already think that there could be some truth to these whole allegations, everybody. I appreciate everybody that's here tonight.
Tell the truth.
Thank you for watching the podcast tonight. The Info Media Reacts. Go ahead and do me the biggest favor if you can, everybody, because we definitely would appreciate it if you could continue to do what I always like you to do, which is subscribe. I want to say to you right now, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for watching tonight. Like and comment when you get a chance. Share the video on your social media. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you have not subscribed to the channel yet. Go ahead and do that. It would make me feel very good for you to do that and what have you. It won't hurt for you to support this channel and all that we're doing on this channel right here. Make sure you subscribe. It ain't going to hurt you. Hit that bell of notification you see right there and tell someone about this podcast, about Info Media Reaction channel. And I appreciate you all. Definitely appreciate you all. Glad that you're here. We're going to keep this thing going. I will be doing more videos like this where I react to different things that are happening in pop culture, social media alike. Remember, there's the Information Man Show. Check out the Information Man Show. If you're not subscribed to that, that's my other channel. Check it out. All the mods that are in the chat room, appreciate you being here tonight. From East Dad to Empress Goddess, all of you last call, Alicia, Flat Power God, everybody that's in the chat room. I appreciate you being here tonight. Clap to you all. That looks like that's all I have for tonight, everybody. Until there's other breaking news about this story that confirms this story even more, I would say that Joy Taylor, if this is true, is I hate to use this word, I like to be respectful about women, but she's a whore if she did this. And the men that were also taking advantage of the opportunity to smash her, they also are no good themselves. They're no good themselves. They're wrong. They're whores as well. They're married. They have wives, and they're messing around. If this story is what we believe it to be, it would be, in my estimate, a damn shame. Everybody, take care, and we will see you very soon. Peace, everybody. Peace.
You are listening to Information Man Podcast.
Please Hold up, I'm moving too fast. How did I get so attached? I'm trying to see where you at, and you wanna match. Cause I'm feeling you, and I'm trying to know the truth. Is it you, the one I'm trying to hold on to? Open your eyes this time. Light is So I finished what you started. I placed me where your heart is. What is this feeling? Almost like I'm dreaming. Keep you in my pocket, on your chest just like a luggage. What you have, I think I need that. Let you take control. Show me how it goes. Keep letting you know till we both grow old. You got me on my knees, begging you please. I'm not trying to make a scene, just want you and me. You belong with me. Open your eyes. The light is don't close your eyes.